여긴 또 잘 돼. 희한하다니까. 자, 위에 저기 정면 문으로 가면은 모비우스랑 만날 수 있나 봐. 왼쪽에 적들이 없네? 너냐? 잠깐만, 야, 턱이 높아. 공격을 하지는 않네.
Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing
그래,
you're here for your
가져갔잖아,
brain,
네가.
perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very
모니터
bright.
더러워.
Little hard to see you.
모니터
Can
하나
you walk
깨졌고.
into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
잠깐만, 일단 말을 더 끌어보자.
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a
멘타스? 멘타스를 왜 주지? 뭐 일단 고마워.
I have all sorts of amazingly science-terrific thoughts and
로봇들이
ideas
말이
when
많아요.
those chalky talents are zipping through my biogel.
박사들이라
I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe
일단 왜
equations.
쪽이랑
Although I've
모비우스랑 왜
lost track of where
적절관계인지를
they start and end.
모비우스가 왜 저러는지를 알아야 하는데.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please
이유 없이
extrapolate. What was I
그러진 않을 거고.
supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
자, 내 뇌를 줘.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
경험치 갱신됐어. 933. 일단 뇌를 받아야 돼.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Or maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
이거 잠깐만, 이거 술이 이게 좀 모자라서 못하겠네. 책 먹어도 안 되는 수치고. 그러게, 왜 내 뇌를 훔쳤지?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a
내가
homily.
특이해?
Anomaly?
주름이 많은가
You're really
본데?
quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were.
동의서도 안 받고 마음대로 가져가 그런다고.
knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here.
원래 뇌를 가져가고 기계적인 뇌를 심어줬는데 그 기계적인 뇌 때문에 능력치 같은 게 오르긴 올랐어요.
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a
뇌를
very
되찾으면
good
그
reason
능력치도 다
for it.
사라지나 그럼?
I have very good
가져가려나?
reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh well.
그래. 왜 싱크탱크에 협박을 보내지? 닥터 클라인 그쪽에.
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho,
건강에 안 좋은가 봐.
sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
로봇 스콜피온.
Well, every science...
이건 별로 중요한 내용 아니야.
Did I?
네가 얘기한 거는 전부 말이 안 돼.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all
자, 과학 50.
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
경험치 50. 그대로 가뒀어.
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan B's in case the A's fail.
아, 잠깐만. 지능이 안 돼.
Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein... They have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history.
나쁜 놈은 아닌데.
All that... I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography program. It was a merciful... And the world isn't ready for that kind... Well, it's simple. Despite their many failures, without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply Then you... There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you were irrefutable proof that there was a world. See, your brain had a
다 안 돼. 자, 총기 75.
Yes, very. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you bullets in the head, but it was enough for the auto dock in the that if they.
일단 이 모비우스가 저 닥터 클레인 있는 로봇들을 다 제 프로그래밍 해가지고 과거를 잊게 만들어서 지금, 그리고 계속 공격하는 것도 걔네들이 원체 머리가 좋으니까 다시 기억해낼까봐 지금 이렇게 쉽게 말하면 세뇌같이 해놔가지고 갱신됐나? 잠깐만, 내 뇌가 어딨어 그럼. 아, 여기 있구나. 어우, 야 잠깐만.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been?
야, 뇌가 말을 해.
Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely.
미친 거 아니야,
Figure
이거?
that out, have we?
잠깐만.
Well, that's a
여기가
fine
좋나?
how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote, as if I'm the one responsible. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow
뇌가
grave?
신세 한탄하고 있어.
Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? I most certainly. All the glands.
가기 싫어? 잠깐만. 의학으로.
Well, look, it's all. Oh.
다시, 야, 내 머릿속으로 들어와.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is
싫다는데?
definitely not. Look at it from my perspective.
왜 싫어?
And your. Do you know?
화술.
I suppose you're right.
또 레벨업 할 수
That
있겠네.
does cause certain assumptions.
지금 계속 꼬시고 있어. 빨리 오라고. 머릿속으로.
I suppose that. Well, I suppose you've convinced me
넘어왔어요.
well enough.
말빨로.
I'll rejoin your body. That's your final
뭐
decision.
주절주절 되는데
Unfortunately,
중요한
before we
말은
get
아니고,
to that stage of the proceedings, we have
일단
a
능력치가 낮으면 이거
Even
뇌를
if I could
못
settle
찾겠네.
myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather... And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fact. Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar. And that is assuming, of course, that...
화술.
Well, I suppose I do...
자, 싱크탱크, 이 뇌는 싱크탱크 그 박사들이 다시 머릿속에 안 넣어줄 거라고 하는데, 일단 해주게 해야지.
Right. Look out, think tank. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the sync's on. Right then, off we go.
네네. 내가 인벤토리로 왔어. 자, 싱크탱크에서 닥터 클레인을 처리하고 빅마운틴에서의 감금을 끝내라. 선택. 원래 척추와 심장을 찾으라는. 잠깐만. 지금 능력치가 오르긴 했는데, 무척추 힘으로 힘 1 오르고, 저런 게 다 있는데, 일단 싱크탱크로 가야겠어. 랩업으로 수리를. 유니크? 과학이 10분에 지금 10 올리는 거가 있긴 한데. 닥터 클라인 장갑. 이거 뭐야 이거? 별건 없지만 팔면 돈 좀 되겠어요. 랩업을 할 수 있나? 200만 있으면 되는데. 야, 이렇게 아픈 소리 나. 피는 한 칸 달았는데. 이거 밖에서 뭐 4마리만 잡으면 레벨업 하겠는데? 몬스터도 안 보여. 일단은 발코니로 가서 오토닥. 일단 원래 척추랑 심장을 받아야 돼. 잠깐 퍽. 아, 이거 퍽이 아까운데. 뭐를 받았지? 심장 없음. 아, 이거 괜찮은데. 야, 원래 몸으로 돌아가잖아. 심박 정지퍽. 당신의 심장 원래 몸으로 되돌아왔다. 그렇지만 진보된 기술이 남아있다. 동래성이 50 감소하고 로봇에게 치명타를 입을 확률이 25 줄고, 하지만 회복 아이템 약물 사용 시 지속시간 2배 효과. 이거 교체해도 괜찮네. 내 심장 들어왔어. 자, 그리고 척추 강화 척추 벅. 자, 몸통은 다시 부상당하지만 힘 수치와 DT 보너스가 2배로 증가. 오히려 더 나은데? 하긴 잘했어. 자, 이제 닥터 클레인 처리하고 이거 또 선택지 아까 그 모비우스랑 해서 더 얻을 게 있어요? 이거 하면 지금 못 돌릴 것 같은데. 다 뭐야, 5명 모여있어. 파워레인저 같이. 불빛도 빨개.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Is Dr. Mobius
모비우스 멀쩡해. 뇌를 찾았어.
I recommend watching your tone with me,
대하는
lobotomite.
태도가 많이 달라졌어.
Your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
뇌를 다시 내놓으래. 미친 것들.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and
결국은
everything in it.
모비우스가
And we have so many questions to ask your
처음과 달리
brain
나쁜
first
애는 아니고
about this Mojave place. A fertile
그쪽부터
testing
얘네들이
ground for our experiments.
나의 뇌를 수술해 가서 뺐는데 모비우스가 그걸 다시 훔쳐간 거니까 모비우스는 할 일을 한 거지. 자, 화술로. 자, 잠깐만. 네가 모하브의 이게 황무지를 떠나게 할 수 없어.
Yes, you can.
Dr. Klein, I must intercept. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm it.
이것도 해부할 생각밖에 없어.
I cannot stand a sweet
말하는 것 봐.
breathing organism breathing in and
Gala, these vocalized pauses are
Klein, you know, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right?
silent.
You know what?
다들 어떻게든 해부해가지고 실험할 생각.
Designation.
The lobot...
나쁜 놈들.
How? Hey, why are you act? What is wrong with you? You sound If I... This lobotomite is... Why am I even listening to you fools? Enough of it. And the word jism, which never made any sense to me. I count as 5, like the...
자, 화술로.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished.
야, 과학 잠깐만. 과학 100. 의학으로 일단은
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breathe?
레벨업 하겠는데? 야, 잠깐만. 글자가 겹쳤어.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
잠깐만, 얘네들이 나가면 안 돼. 그럼 다 나같이 다 수술해버린단 말이야.
For you? And for science? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
나를 위해 일하겠다고? 파괴하지 않는 나는. 일단은 뭘 찍지? (90, 90까지만 일단 다 찍어놓고 은신 말로 어떻게 안 싸우고 갔네? 다시 한번 대화를 해봐야겠다.
Thank you for...
일단 말을 잘 듣네. 뭐 말빨로. 싱크탱크를 떠나라. 일단 모비우스 뜻대로 된 것 같아. 일단은
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others, which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however.
모비우스 뜻대로
while sometimes rewarded for its efforts,
클라인 일행들이
equally dangerous.
저 황무지 밖으로 못 나오게 해서
undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly
여기를 다시 올 수 있으면 끝내고 저 임플란트 수술로 돈을 주고 능력치를 4개를 더 얻을 수 있는 한 5만 원은 있어야 돼.
It was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually
일단
fertilize the
안에서 유니크도
garden's
한 2개, 한 3개, 쓸만한 거 먹고 할만한 비싼 유니크도 먹고 파밍할 건 다 한 것
The
같아요.
book chute continued to
빅마운틴
devour
안에서
all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it.
인공지능들
Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other sink personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups.
머그잔 덕후 엄청 많네.
Trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In
DLC인데
time, the Autodoc found a way to
플레이 타임이
deactivate the
웬만한 게임
Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple
9시간
times,
했나?
the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more.
여기서 방어구 무기 다 뒀네. 생각해보니까 쓸만한 거.
It realized not long after
무기는 눈에 띄게 되는 거. 스텔스 수트 저것도.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland.
엔딩도 메인 엔딩 그거보다 긴데 DLC가 DLC를 무슨 게임 하나를 만들어놨어?
They stare into the what
볼륨을.
was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust.
긴 게 두 개 더 있어요?
Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
론섬 로드 이거 DLC 저거 큰 뇌퍽을 얻었다. 지금 뇌가 원래대로 돌아왔기 때문에 중독 저항률이 10 낮아지고 데미지 감쇄가 10% 증가. 이거 괜찮네. 당신은 빅마운틴 포탈 생성기를 얻었다. 이제 자유롭게 빅마운틴하고 모하비 여기랑 왔다 갔다 할 수 있나봐. 이 무기를 사용하듯이 포탈처럼 열리나 보네. 경험치 1400. 시끄러. 무슨 무기지? 빅마운틴 포탈 생성기. 무게도 0이고 그냥 갖고 있으면 되겠네. 여기서 대충 퀘스트는 꼼꼼하게 하고 지역도 다니면서 파밍 좀 하면서 다녔는데 좀 DLC가 볼륨이 엄청나네. 자, 이 포탈을 실내에서는 안 되네? 이제 가야지. 자, 황무지로 처음에 올 때 여기 이 위성을 통해서 들어가는데 다시 나왔네요. 자, 여기까지 해서 DLC 올드월드블루스 자 마쳤고요.